Give everybody a chance because I'm actually on time today. I am actually on time today, guys, so I'll give everybody a little bit. Let me get a little closer. Roadglide Freak 28. What's happening? Where you from, brother? I put out a video, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday, Saturday. I know guys got a lot of questions about that video. The CVO stage 2, very, very interesting. 117, we're gonna get one of those in, do a stage 2 on it. I wanna show you guys the difference, but that comes a little bit later. Everybody, when you chime in, don't forget to like. Guys, I'm sure you already have subscribed. Put your friends onto the channel. Make sure they subscribe. Let's try to blow these lives up as best we can so I can get the questions. I get a lot of people, I always tell you guys, a lot of guys message me on Instagram. So if you're not on Instagram, get Instagram. If it's not for anything else, just get it for motorcycle related things because you can enjoy all the YouTubers and their Instagrams and different things like that. And you'll see a lot more and you get a lot more ideas than just what we put out content-wise. So guys, do that, do that, do that. But I want to talk about, I just took the Road King out. Today I got stormed on, guys, down in Miami. I went live early on Instagram on my way down to Miami, but the sky opened up. But it was a good ride. That bike, man, I'm telling you, you think Road Glide and you think Street Glide, but Road King all day. Road King all day, man. Road King, I'm a believer. I wasn't a believer for a while, but I am definitely a believer now. Bike's kind of dirty. I know you guys really can't see it. The wheels are filthy. All the black is disgusting on the bike, but I'm gonna clean it up tomorrow. Tomorrow's Veterans Day. Shout out to all the veterans, man. Thank you for everything you've done for us and doing for us still now. Just want to get that out there for tomorrow. What else we got? I'm going to start going down the comments in a little bit, but guys, ask your questions about the stage 2 that George did on the CVOs. The power was up there. I even put a clip in. I don't know if you guys didn't watch the full video, go watch the last tidbit of the video because I actually put a race in the end of that video. And I tend to sneak in different things like that. The Easter eggs, I guess you can call it, because I want, you know, not only to you guys to stay and watch the whole video, but kind of understand how I put things together so you just don't have to ask me later. Most of the time when I do a video, I think of all you guys' questions and I try to put it in the video. So when you see me stop George a lot in a video, it's because I know there's gonna be the guys out there that ask specific questions. So those questions I want to have answered for you guys. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go and go down you guys' comments in the section. Bipolar came out this weekend. I just was street riding Bipolar, man. I probably rode Bipolar for about an hour, hour and a half, something like that. A lot of that bike makes you want to turn the gas all the time. This bike sounds like you're already doing 100 miles an hour. Bipolar has a real calm sound to it until you smack it. When you smack that bike, that exhaust on there, and I know guys want me to go over that exhaust, but when you smack it, that's when it comes on. Usually, a lot of the times, an expensive exhaust is quiet until it starts to, you know, get up in the RPMs, and then it starts to sing a different tune. The Thunderheader, on the other hand, it's a good exhaust, don't get me wrong, but it's singing off idle. that thing is singing off idle. So, yeah, that's what it is with those two bikes. So I went to a Unity picnic today down in Miami. About an hour ride for me, just to hang out. A lot of people there. I didn't do any videos. There's a lot of copyright when you get into, you know, parties, like picnics. You know, guys are playing music, so I don't usually do that type of content, but crazy, man. Bikes everywhere. People just, you know, good people. So imagine this. Go to a park and put 25, 30 tents out there, and everybody has food, and it's all free. You can just go to any tent and get yourself something to eat. That's what kind of picnic is it that was today. So real nice, real calm, mellow, but a good ride at the same time. The weather was beautiful until it wasn't. Man, I'm telling you, when the sky fell today, I got drenched head to toe, socks included. So yeah, other than that, was good. If you're in the chat now, hit the like button. I'm gonna run down all the comments in a second. I have a ride coming up next weekend. I'm going to do Gilbert's. Gilbert's is in Key West. I don't know where you guys are at located, but I'm going to be updating you throughout the week. So if you guys can get out, I'll have a meeting spot and then another meeting spot, and then it's going to be the ride to Gilbert's. It's actually like the tip of Key West. It's supposed to be a really, really nice, I think it's a tiki bar. So like an outdoor, you know, just a big bar that everybody hangs out at. Heard the food's really good. That was my main concern right there. But yeah, man, go down there. I'm gonna go and have some fun. I've never been. Guys always say, you never been to Gilbert's and you live in Florida? Yeah, I never been to Gilbert's. Listen, I stayed north of Miami. Miami's a whole nother territory for me, so I don't go down too often. If I am going, I'm going to a specific place down there. I don't do a lot of traveling down south, but it's gonna start. Guys, you know I am going to be doing all the Harley Davidsons in Florida, coming soon, waiting for the weather to get better. There's still hurricanes out there sending us this bad weather, so I'm just trying to duck and dodge that. If you are in this live, go ahead and hit the like button. Last week, I hurt some feelings. I know the guys that got hurt are in here today. Feel free to chime in, fellas. It's nothing personal. There's nothing personal with anybody on YouTube or outside of YouTube. This is all fun for everybody, but guys take it serious and then they get all bent out of shape and yada, yada, yada. Just chime in, man. Make this thing something that, you know, you come to on Sundays, man, when you're not watching the football game, you know. Let's go. So let me go down these comments. Let me start now. Bipolar, baby. You did so good today. Oh, yesterday. Roadglide 28, what's up? We spoke Alabama. Okay. I will be in Alabama, I think. Maybe. I'm gonna do some hunting. I got a Georgia hunting trip coming up in like 2 weeks though, so I'm gonna be trying to make my way over there. You guys got some big deer. Julius Wilson, what's up, my brother? Muro Enterprise. Is this LLC? What's up? Brian Gatley. Yeah, man, I was going down to Miami. He asked where I was going. What's up, Mac from Cancun, South Carolina life? You still in Cancun, man? You still hanging out? That one guy says, what's up, Mac? No, stop with the CVO ST content before I go broke, please. We're going to come back to it. Kenneth Smith with that big motorbike. What's happening, brother? Touch 556. Don't forget, hey, show up to the ride, okay? It's going to be Saturday. I know you work, so let's figure this thing out. It's taking forever for me to get my Thunder header. Roadglide Freak 28. Yeah, I think you said you got it in Chrome. Did you get it in Chrome? JP, he got drenched too. That's Geo. What else we got? Vernon Powell, aka Bolo. What's up, brother? Montez Harris, what's happening? Love the content. Hey, I appreciate it, guys. Go ahead and like this video already. B White HD Gambino, what's up, Mac? Been a minute, bro. What's happening, brother? Everybody's chiming in. This is what I like to see. You know, I got a lot of comments to go through. It makes it more interesting and it keeps the live going longer. I can talk all day. I will never let you guys down with the talking. If I don't know something, you know I'll send you in the right direction. If I know it, I'll be glad to share it with you guys. Let's see what else we got. That one guy at Kenneth. Okay, Cleveland. I'm not sure. It's so interesting. Okay. Only 17 likes. Yes, come on, man. Come on, like it. Go ahead, hit the like. It doesn't take you. You're already here. Hit the like. So if you don't like, I feel like that's the guys that's in here lurking. That's the lurkers. And it probably is. Ben, I was here on time. Where am I going to GA to hunt? I can't remember the city, man. It's a small city. North of Atlanta. My buddy's got some property up there, and I go up there and hang out with him. Missouri, what's happening? Big deer in Missouri, man. Big deer. Yeah, I need to get up there and hunt too. It's hunting season, guys. I'm talking about hunting a lot. That's my second passion after motorcycles is hunting. I bought a new crazy rifle that I really want to get out there and send something out there with. Oh, you got a black and a chrome 24. Can't wait to Georgia do my stage 2. Thunderheader is my holdup. Okay. Yeah. I've never. Well, you got to figure this. A lot of guys are buying Thunderheaders. Okay. They've been seeing what the Thunderheader is really producing and power-wise, but also the sound of a Thunderheader cracks eardrums, but in a it's not a good way, but it's not a cheap way either. You know, you can get an exhaust that's loud, but it's crap. You know, it's just something with no baffles and it just goes plow, plow. But the Thunderheader, it really brings the cam out. You know, you can hear the drum roll in there when you got a Thunderheader. And I gotta admit, it sounds better than the custom exhaust I have on Bipolar. The custom exhaust I have on Bipolar is one of those exhausts that you put on like an expensive car. Until you get on it, it's quiet, it's docile, but once you step on it, man, it gives you one of those crazy sounds. So, you know, but you got to step on it to kind of get that sound out of it, you know. So that's it for that. Yo, caught 2 peacocks and 2 bass the day before the rain. I'll send them. Hey, did you get rid of that snake? How about that? I'm not coming over there until the snake is gone. Mac, if you were in the market for a bike, which direction would you go? First bike would always be a road glide. And at this point, the new road glide. If you get your hands on a good deal on the, I don't even know what we're calling this. We're calling this the second gen because I believe, you know, that 107 era and before the 103s, that was like the first gen. This has to be the second gen, and the new bike is the third gen. Can we all agree on that? So get yourself a third gen. If you can, I mean, because the prices aren't looking too far of a difference. I don't think those new bikes have really been selling. And because of all the recalls, it's got everybody like hitting the brakes right now. So, you know, but Harley's gonna work it out. Harley can't keep producing going into 2025 and the bike's still having issues from 2024. They're gonna be backed up so bad that they definitely won't be able to sell a bike then, but just my opinion. So Road Glide first, Road King second. If you're not a fan of the Road Glide, go straight for a Road King. You won't be disappointed in that bike. I have no feelings according to my wife. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Hey, nothing wrong with that. I think every man has heard it. Let's go. Planning a trip just south of Atlanta to hunt a family land. That one got a nice deal, brother. Nice deal. Hunting is... All right, watch this. Guns, dogs, hunting, motorcycles. All goes together. I'm sure there's a fifth one we can add in there. Do I want a CVOST? I'm like this close. I'm not extremely like I gotta have one, or I would have had one already, guys. If you look back in my older videos, before I bought the Road King, I said, hey, I might just buy the new CVO. I got to thinking about it. I weighed the options, the good versus the bads, and I'm glad I stuck with the Road King. I'm glad I stuck with the Road King. If you're upset with me, go ahead and chime in. I know you guys still watching. If it's true Fuel Moto gives you more power than the Thunderheader. So, okay, let me say this, guys. And I'm gonna assume you're talking about the new Jackpot exhaust that they have. I think it's an RTX or something like that. I'm not 100% sure because that's not my lane. Let's go back a step. Quality wise, I believe the Fuel Moto pipe is better quality than the Thunderheader. Sound wise, I'm still Thunderheader all day. And I noticed the difference between a D&D exhaust, which was everybody's favorite, until, well, the Thunderheader had already been out, but the D&D had the quality and a nice sound. But this just didn't have the quality, but had a better sound and made more power. So to compare it to a pipe that's not popular on, you know, stage 2s or your stage 1s or big motors, you know, there's not a lot to compare that to. A lot of those guys are doing, you know, some 128 builds. They're doing, you know, the 130s, but that's about it. I really haven't heard much of them excelling in a stage 2 or how good they sound in a stage 2, because I've shown you videos of the Thunderheader on the CVO ST, the Road King, my Roadglide had it, how they sound and how they performed, and it's kind of hard to beat. If I had another bike, I'd still go with the Thunderheader. Again, I'll tell you, the quality sucks. This shit. I don't know if you guys can see, but from here, I mean, there's like so many blemishes, like all over this exhaust. Yeah, you guys can't see it too far, but it's crazy. So, will it make the same power? I really couldn't tell you, because why go from something, you know, we just won't go from something that we're already familiar with. It could be possibly that HPI pipe. We know that one makes good power. Last, you know, you got to keep it clean. You got to hit it with some Brasso or something like that because of the color. But it's a good pipe and it sounds good. It makes power. Makes really good power. I can compare it with that. Let's go back up. So I'm back from Liberty City, but I live in the O now. Check me out. 24 Roadglide. Okay. Liberty City. Hey man, hey, God bless you. If you know, you know. Is Bipolar's exhaust George builds? Is Bipolar's exhaust George's build? Yes. The only way to get one of those exhausts is to have a George built bike, because he has, man, I mean, and the guy's young, man. To be able to basically kind of come up with his own design for the power plants that he makes, and ends up picking up more power over any other exhaust out there, and not losing mid-range or bottom-end power, you kind of got to know what you're doing. Guys. Understand this, more and more people are going to be coming to George. If you're thinking about it, okay? If you're thinking about it, just do it. Just get it over with, just get your hat in there and do it, because I'm not saying that the prices are gonna go up. I'm not gonna say that, you know, he's gonna be busy pretty soon, but you might wanna think about trying to go ahead and say, you know what, it's time for me to take the trip. Guys, I'll tell you again, there was a guy that came from Chicago with the stage 2 already done to get another stage 2 build from George. Anyways, let's go. 6,000 miles, no issues. I guess Chip and I are only street glide riders. No, there's another one out there. No, there's a couple out there. I know a fast one too. I'm a CG rider. I was watching another video earlier. The guy down on stage 124 and a stage and a 24 ST, and it was only 7 horsepower and torque different. You got to look at the cubic inches, man. And when we went from 107 to 114, it was 5 horsepower. 114 to 117, I think it was around 3 to 4 horsepower. And now you're sitting at a 121. It's got to be at least, 6, 7. Just all depends. Why not Burns? Oh, Kenneth Smith says, why not a Burns pipe? In my opinion, Burns pipes lose on the bottom end. That's for the short pipes. I'm not 100% on their full length pipe, so I can't give my opinion on it, but their short pipes lose bottom end. But they pick up a little bit more than the rest of the guys up top, but it's not enough to say, all right, I'm risking a little bottom end and a little mid range to when the cubic inch starts to come together. Now we're boogieing. Well, now you got to come back in the race. I mean, now you got to try and drive back around somebody. It's not worth it to me, and it's an expensive pipe too. But we're saying money's not an object. Hey, it's not a bad pipe. Just won't get it done in certain applications as well. If you don't have something big, if you don't have a giant motor, kind of like, why put a Burns pipe on it? You're putting dump offs on a car that is not, pushing power, if that makes sense. Let's see. Let's go back up. What else we got, guys? Gary, I'm always be honest, my brother. So are you chain drive on both bikes? Absolutely, I am. Speaking of, I know a lot of guys who've shredded belts on their bikes. I never shredded a belt, and I beat up on my bikes pretty good as well. But I think it's kind of like launching differences and different things like that to kind of keep the belt together. Now, when I would shift, like when this bike is stage 2 and it didn't have chain drive or anything like that, when I would shift from first to second, I would almost drive through the belt a little bit. You could feel the belt slipping. I would hear that, and it would make me think it was the clutch, but it wasn't the clutch. It was me just running through the belt. So I knew after a while that, I was gonna have the issue. I'm not a clutch popper. I don't pop the clutch to get the bike moving. I ride the clutch, but I ride it aggressively and try to make it as quick as possible. So sometimes, that's a better option for a guy on a belt. The best option is always going to be to put a chain drive on it, because now you can test how the bike likes to be launched, what you're comfortable with, and not run the risk of popping a belt and spending $1,000, $700, $1,000, whatever it costs in your town to get that fixed. I hope that made sense. All right, let's keep going. Lady Will, what's happening? Don't do Liberty City like that. I would never do Liberty City like that. I don't have any problems with anybody from Liberty City. I come in peace. What's good, Mac? Great videos. Hey, appreciate it. Doomsday 1199. Technically, I'm on a street glide also, but it has a road glide fairing. Haha. Yes, there is a fast white street glide, but there's a fast black street glide down here too. I don't know if you know that bike. I don't know if it's still down here. Had carbon wheels on it. Not sure if you saw that bike, Gio. Let's see what else we got. Mike Anderson. Oh, Christopher Ashley, what's happening, brother? Appreciate you for joining in today. Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead and smash the like button. Let's keep this live going for a while, okay? Let's keep this live going. Let me go back. All right, so say Mac, sometime soon I'm going to look at the Lowrider S. The Lowrider S, remember, the aftermarket is crazy for that bike. Crazy. Remember, it's a younger guy's bike too. So the 20-year-olds and the late 20s are looking at a bike like that because they have so many more options with that bike. You know what I mean? Some of those guys like to stunt it. Some of those guys like to ride it fast. Some guys like to just, you know, sit back and chill and on something that's a little bit lighter. Plus, you can put a radio on a bike now. You have a lot of things you can do with that bike. What else we got? How much is a conversion from the belt to the chain? It's usually over $1,000. Usually, depending on who you go to, depending on what parts you're using, the chain, the sprocket kit, just depending on the parts you buy. I think that's the best way to say it. But the labor, man, I mean, they got to take the whole primary off and take everything out of there to then turn around and put your chain drive and your new sprockets and everything like that. And it's a lot of work. I think the labor is more than the parts. JPF seen them in Broward. Okay, Benz and Broward. Okay. Might come off them carbon fiber wheels, man. Doomsday 1199. I'm gonna say something to that comment in a second. All right. My bike made 6 horsepower more over a Thunder header and has the heat shields. Well, what pipe? What pipe are we talking about? If it's the Burns, because it will definitely make it on the top end. The Burns is for a bigger motor bike. These Thunder headers, they don't, you know, they top out too. They tap out because this is more of a street pipe, if that makes sense. Jose says, hey brother, thanks for giving me ideas and making my road guide look good. Are you going hunting anytime soon? Mike Anderson said, if anybody wants me to, you know, come out and hunt their property, I don't have a problem with it. Yes, but I'll be going hunting in about 2 weeks. I already got my trip planned out. Me and my buddy Ike, we're gonna get it done again. This time, when I shoot my new rifle, that deer's gonna stop right where I need him to stop. I don't need to go searching for him. I want him to stop right there. All right, keep going. I'm glad you guys talking exhaust. I might be upgrading soon. Yeah, man. What are your thoughts on the Bassani high horsepower 2-in-1? It's just all what you're comparing it to. It's all what you're comparing it to, man. I'll say it this way again. Bassani's a good pipe. Just depending on how big, how much compression, and what you're doing with that bike. That new Bassani is kind of short. You know, it's more of a road race style of a pipe. That ain't gonna do it for you. You would have to go with the guys that do the older style. I think is it the Road Rage? I think that's the one that guys usually do a big bore kit with, and it makes pretty good power. But all at the same time, guys, y'all, I can't go and speak on pipes that I wouldn't run on my bike. I just wouldn't do it. Listen, D&D by far is the best quality, best looking pipe I've seen. I'll say it 100 times over. D&D with the flat cap on the end is by far usually the best one. Now, I had one with the angle cut pipe on it, and I liked it because of how my bags were. And I was able to run the dummy pipe, and it kind of looked, you know, had a better look to it, more full, because I had a my roadglide is a special, so I had the bags that had the cutout in them. So, but if not, yeah, if you're not going D&D, Thunderheader all day long. If you can get past the blemishes and maybe powder coat it, because I think I'm gonna go back and powder coat. I'm gonna powder coat my T-Man breather, and I'm gonna powder coat my heat shields on the D&D. Just gotta hope it lasts. Gotta hope it lasts. Let me get myself together, guys. Let me get myself together. All right, so here we go. Is it worth getting a chain if you don't plan to race? Yes, Lady Will. I know you like to ride that bike. Now, I've seen people put 50,000 miles on a belt. Belt's quieter. Belt lasts a long time and there's no maintenance to a belt. But if you're one of them guys, okay, just hear me out, and they like to pop the clutch and play around with the bike, they gotta have a chain. Because there's gonna be one of those times where you're at somebody's event and want to show off and pop the clutch and then that belt just pops out. But for you, in my opinion, I would say no, you wouldn't need it. Stick with what you got because the bike rides so much smoother without it. You would have to get used to it. And if you want that Cadillac smooth ride, stick with a belt. Let me keep going. Let's go. Also know a few dudes with Burns exhaust and they complain about the vibration. A Burns pipe is going to vibrate because it's right up under the saddlebags 90% of the time. You can even burn your saddlebags with that pipe. Now, I'm not dissing the pipe. I'm not saying that it's a bad pipe to have, but for the money you're going to spend on it, it's over $2,000. It's over $2,500. Hey, come on. But anyway, conversion should be done at the same time as a upgrade. 9 times out of 10, I think he's what he's saying. Okay. What's the new rifle? Tikka. It's a Tikka Rough Tech. Stainless barrel, fluted, with a muzzle brake. Oh, I don't even want to talk about it. It makes me want to go play with my rifle. I haven't even put the rifle together, man. I haven't even put my scope and all my rail and everything on the rifle yet. It's just sitting. Funny story is I ordered a scope. Scope came with a blemish on the inside. I sent it out, told them I had a trip coming up, and man, it's only been a week and it'll be here tomorrow. So I'll have some fun tomorrow, and I want to take it to the range soon. All right, moving right along. Is there any upgrades that can be done to a street glide to give it the same stability as a road glide? I often get a lot of wobble at 100 miles an hour. I already have front end stabilizer bars. You and everybody else with a street glide have the same problem. I'm gonna leave it at that, man, because anything else I would be saying after this, I would be guessing. I don't own a street glide for that reason. I'm not telling you to get rid of your street glide because I know a lot of guys are riding and don't have any problem at all, but I've had 3 different windshields on that bike. It got a little better, and then it was just like, all right, this is the best it's gonna get. And the Clockworks windshield probably did the best. All the lurkers, please chime in right now. Lurkers, chime in. And if you ain't gonna chime in, at least hit the like button. We're sitting here having a conversation. Hit the like button. Guys, don't forget, like, subscribe. Like and subscribe. And if you've already subscribed, get your wife's phone, make sure she likes and subscribes. Yeah, do all that, man. Everybody needs to come on and join in. Let's see. What's the difference between a stock model and a CVO model? Cosmetics, and at this point, a little bit bigger engine. That's it, man. If you're a guy that likes to customize his own stuff, do not get a CVO. If you know that you're going to do, certain floorboards, certain aesthetics, maybe some engine work, stage 2 or something, no point going with a CVO unless you don't want to go back and do all those things and still be ahead of the game. I mean, you're paying for it, but then you're not wasting your time to pay for it. I mean, it's a little bit cheaper than kind of doing it all yourself, but it is what it is. Plus, it's a CVO, so hey, it's the only reason why I don't have a CVO. Facts. I broke a belt doing a 1, 2, 3 burnout, and it snapped. Yes, I had a buddy, bone stock bike, just had some slip-ons on it. Just got the bike from another guy, and I think they put a new belt on it, and he dry hops the bike playing around and pow. And here I am to the rescue trying to save him and tow his bike and, help him get with George to get that swapped out. And I was like, don't do this again. I knew what type of rider he was in the beginning, so I knew the belt was gonna pop, but I've been told it's time for a chain drive. So let's keep going. Steve from Boston. Boston got some big deer. I know I keep talking deer. I got buck fever, man. Ethan Mac, can you mention that your motorcycle insurance for both bikes from Florida and tell the insurance that you have upgrades, Stephen Boss? I got State Farm. I like State Farm. Not on the street glide. Okay, let's see. Jason Kimmel's in the building. Pound that pavement. I don't know if this question has been asked. Do you see yourself buying a new Harley-Davidson road glide? Fighting words, man. Don't do this to me, okay? I'm minding my own business. I ain't bothering nobody. I'm not spending no crazy money. Yes, man, I want one. You know, I almost thought about selling bipolar. Yeah, I almost thought. I hate to even say it. So I gave it a quick thought. And as a matter of fact, this is the only reason why I thought of it. Someone asked if they could buy bipolar from me. And I don't take that type of talk too serious. But then in the back of my head, I'm like, well, if I sell bipolar, what could I go out and do and what could I go out and buy at this point? Are we far enough along that the aftermarket has caught up with these new 24s that I don't have to be bored with a bike that isn't making me want to ride it? Like, you know, it doesn't sound like a monster coming down the street. Am I far? Are they far enough along in the aftermarket game? I still don't think so. Not yet. We're close. We're almost there. You see, George got a lot of things done to those bikes, but at the same time, they are CVOs. You know what I mean? That's first of all. Second of all, neither one can compare. I don't care what size motor you have in one of those new bikes. It still can't compare to something like this, which is like a proven beast. And I'm not bragging on the bike. I'm just saying for me, it's just like a proven bike already. And I know how fast it is. And I know there's not anything they're going to build until George opens the door, unlocks that door, and says, all right, here's the new product I got that makes these bikes super fast. Now, once that happens, then I can see about parting ways. Remember, I keep saying bipolar. I'm not parting ways with my Road King. Only because the bike that I'm going to replace my Road Glide with is another Road Glide. I wouldn't just have one bike or just a Road King. So I hope that made sense. Let's go. Thanks, Pound That Pavement, for putting that back in my head. Sticks with the original fairing and no wobble. Okay. I'm not even going to read that out loud. All right, I'm going to read it. No Diddy. I got to say no Diddy first. It says 9 inches or better. And then he says on that street glide. All right, keep going. I had a wobble with a 7-inch, but I put the 9-inch on and there was no problem. Now, I can see that. But who's really out here rocking the 9-inch? Damn, man. I don't even know why he's... the bigger windshields, guys. I don't know who else is all, you know... Okay, I mean, now you're running into... Is it aesthetically pleasing? Is it nice looking? Some might be, but I don't think I'm not a fan of it. I have a street glide, and I remember Traveling Tall said his wobble was because of his visor. I stay on 95. I stay at 95 because I'm too nervous to do more because of the possibility of the wobble. Now, Lady Will, what he's saying, wow, the wobble you're talking about and the wobble that somebody else that's probably trying to accelerate hard and then they're braking hard is kind of different. The wobble that he's having is the slight floating of the bike when it's at a certain speed. He says he's doing 100 miles an hour. When he's up there, that wind is pushing that fairing around, so it's making it dance a little. The Road Glide will do it too, just kind of depends. I won't say it's more aerodynamic, but it's a little more friendly when it comes to, you know, taking that wind to the front of the bike. Remember, it has the 2 vents, so I'm sure that helps as well. That's why they opened the vents up. I mean, they could have put 2 vents in a street glide and say, all right, let's see how it works. Obviously, something's not there with that. The Road King, which I like to always revert back to, has no shake. ever, at all. I'm not saying it's just because it's my bike or it's just because it's this specific one. Because when I had this bike in two different forms, before I had the windshield, before I had the wheels, before I had the handlebars, before I had anything that could possibly change it, the bike rode fine. I took it out on the highway, rode fine, just the wind beat the shit out of me, so I had to go and get myself a windshield. Now, you gotta imagine, you put a windshield on there, it has a vent in this windshield. If you don't crack that windshield, it will give you buffeting. If you don't crack the vent, you will get buffeting. So now, you crack it, there's nothing, the bike rides smooth. Guys, I'm still going. Let's see what else we got. What modular helmet am I rocking? I tell guys all the time, I'm rocking a Scorpion, which is pretty much the same as the LS2, but I think the Harley and the LS2 are probably a little bit better quality than the Scorpion, being honest. Scorpion looks a little bit better because it does come in carbon fiber. Had a slight wobble in the rear, played with the tire pressure, ended up having to mess with the stem bearing, and now it's all good. Another person told me that, man. Yes, Clockworks has the lip. Don't work good on the street glide at high speed. Jason Kimball knows, because I guess he had one. When am I going to talk about the red 144 road glide? I'm going to come right back to that question. All right, Mac, I'm getting off here. I'll let you later. Mike Anderson, take care, my brother. Like HOV said, it's a 20 grand difference in a regular CVO. Okay. Chip sounds fun. Oh, God. When we get some new bikes next year. Oh, Gio, don't start that, man. Ballpark range on the stage 2. Guys, remember, every time you guys ask me price, I don't give out prices because I'm not the one charging you, but I'm sure it's probably the same as any other stage 2's ever been. Parts, pipe, depending, you know, you're looking at between 2,500, 3,500, you know, something like that, just depending on what exhaust you're using. It, guys, if you're going out and buying an exhaust that costs $2,000, you got to expect your bill to be in the $4,000 range. Respect, sir. I'm currently debating on buying a new road glide. New glide. You didn't even say road glide. Come on now. But let's go back up a little bit. What am I going to talk about? The new 145 in the road glide that they have at the shop. I'll talk about it right now. Remember, I can't say the cylinders are the same. But George is one of those guys that can, you know, reach out to the right people and get things made. A lot of the parts are the same, especially in the 117, as last year's 117. So maybe just a few things are cut differently, and now you have to go in and modify a few things. But you're basically taking the same principle from what you took from the older bikes and the big motors and the older bikes and just applying it to the newer bike. Now, that being said, there's a lot of guys out there running 147s, okay? And daily riding, 143s, daily riding. So that's the baby in between the two. 143, 145, 147. Do you have to maybe turn the compression down a little bit to be able to daily ride those bikes? Yes, I'm sure you do. That's the difference between those and his race applications that he does as well. I don't know what that guy wants to get out of his bike. I'm not going to even get into details on where this guy's from or what's going on, but that bike's been there a while just waiting. I don't even think that bike had any miles on the motor. And just straight from the dealership straight to allamericancycles to get something like that done, you got to be cooking with grease. And from what I understand, they're just waiting on like 2 more parts, you know, and then that bike is done. Is able to be put on the dyno. My thing is still tuning capabilities. I'm not saying that the tuners that are out now are wrong or not as good as Power Vision, but I'm still waiting on that Power Vision and see what happens. As I run the screen, you can't see them, but I have the Power Vision screens on both of my bikes. I gotta have it. The Thunder Max doesn't come with it. What is it called? Something Solutions, Tech Solutions. I can't think of the name of it. It doesn't have it either. Wire, don't make me start. Impact Wire Solution. There we go. So, but Impact Wire Solutions comes with some other things that I like. Well, we just gotta see. Let's keep going. I spent enough time on that. All right. I'm debating on. Yep. Okay. What kind of power should I expect to see from a 147 build with a 2-in-2 exhaust with pump gas? Is it worth building a 103? Let's get to that. Gasper Rio says, is it worth building a 103? Depending on what you're doing with the 103, because I usually see them turn into 110s. The horsepower is probably like 110 horsepower, 120 foot-pound of torque, or somewhere around in there. If that's what you like, if you make them a little hotter and squeeze a little bit more power, 120, that's what you like. If you're putting it into a Road King and just cruising that bike, yeah, I mean, because I would never say don't buy the bike because of the motor size. Hold on. And an older Road King, if you're getting it to do something specific to it. I'd never tell you to go out and buy a new Road King and say, let's cholo this thing out. Let's put it on the ground and put fishtails on it. No, if it's an older bike, then that's a whole nother story. So, before I start jumping all over the place, we got to kind of know where you're going with that bike. So what kind of power should you expect from a 147 build with a 2-in-2 with pump gas? 170s? Maybe 180s? That's down here. I'm sure if you do a race application, it's a little bit different. So that's all I can give you. I mean, I can tell you what I've seen. I've seen high 170, 180s out of those bikes. Just a cruise build bike, nothing but the torque was damn near the same. So that's saying a lot. Get an M8. Man, they gonna rag on you, man, if you come in here and you talk twin cam. But I know you're new to it. You say you're new to it. He said, what's an M8? An M8 is just a newer motor. So after the twin cam kind of got retired, they came to the M8s, and the M8s, man, I've seen have been strong motors, especially for guys that don't race them. I've seen 50,000 miles on those bikes. Matter of fact, nope, I take that back. I've seen a bike 72,000 miles on it, and the guy bought it with 72,000 miles on it. So that's saying something. Now, Jason Kimball says get a 2017 and up. Oh, that's an M8, yes. But if you're going to get an M8, go 2020 and up. Or if you need to be on the safe side, go 2021. If you're getting a bike, try and stick with 2020 to 2021. Because those are a little bit better. Oil pump better. No failures on 2020 and a half, I guess, and 2021 and up. So, guys, yeah, we're cooking with grease in the chat now. What was I talking about, man? I know I made a lot of people mad last week. They've been bashing my name. They've been mad at me, but hey, it's a part of the game, guys. If you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen. If you take this type of stuff personally, if I say I got a fast bike and mine is the fastest one, and if you take that personally, you don't need to be racing. I've been racing a long time, because if every time somebody said that they were faster than me or something like that, and I took it personally, I would not be able to race anymore. I would have had a heart attack by now. There's guys out there that take it just that serious and will catch a heart attack behind something like this. This is joy. This is just pleasure. at the end of the day. So when I talk about, you know, other YouTube guys, I'm only saying it in joking manner, guys. I don't care if I never race anybody ever again. I still enjoy riding my bikes. I bought a draggy. Guys, if you don't know what a draggy is, remember I told you, kind of like, it tells you, it's like being on, like, wherever you're at, you're on your own racetrack. Tells you your 0 to 60, tells you your 60 foots, tells you your 8-mile times, tells you all those things, how fast you've gone. And you can just download it to your phone, but you have to buy the draggy. So if I don't have to race anybody, I want to go have fun by myself, racing myself on these bikes and trying to get better, I just slap this on the bike. You already see this on the Road King. Slap it on the bike and I go take myself out and find my little racetrack and go ride and race and whatever. But it's nothing to take serious, guys. Oh. People get butthurt over nothing. Hey, he said, am I taking it there? Nah, man, I'm not going to take it there unless they make me take it there. They make me take it there. I'll do it. So anyway, but yeah, bipolar, it has been dialed in. Shout out to George for really helping dial bipolar in. I've taken bipolar out, and bipolar is fast. Guys in the race world, we all know the numbers to kind of have riding these bikes, you know, like quarter-mile numbers, 8-mile numbers, what's competitive. That bike is seriously one of the bikes, top of the food chain bike. Turnkey, really can't get much better than that with a bike like that. Like I said, I took this bike out and rode like an hour and a half yesterday. I mean, city, highway, back city, just hanging out on it, and it's a handful of bike, but it's tamed, man. That bike just likes to cruise. A lot of fast bikes, you can't cruise them. They surge, they buck all the time. It's kind of, you know, they don't like it. You got to keep them high on RPMs. That's how they like to cruise. That bike, no. It don't care. When you whack it, just make sure you know what you're doing. Let's see what else we got. I missed somebody's question, and I said I was going to go back to it. Let me see if I can find it before I get out of here. I got a few more minutes, guys. A few more minutes. Would I sell my Road King? No. This is one bike that I wouldn't sell. And guys said, hey, you know, it's potential that they could come out with a new Road King CVO. That would perk my ears, but I still couldn't do it. Bipolar might be the one that would have to go if I were jumping into a new bike, guys. But I'm not. Chip is in the building and trying to get some races going. I know how Chip gets down. Chip, we got to talk, and I'm going to have this conversation real quick with the whole YouTube world because I know more people are going to see this tomorrow. Guys, if you're on here, don't forget to like this video. Please like this video. Yeah, okay, hold on. I'll go through this question. But anyway, I just lost my train of thought, but I got it back. We like to have fun when we go to events, you know, and I'm mainly gonna talk about Daytona Bike Week because that's the first rally of the year, probably one of the biggest. But when you go to Daytona, it's kind of blocked off in like everybody has their own niche. Okay, you got the stunt guys over here. You got the T-bar setup style guys, and they hang out over there. And then you got, you know, you got the racing guys, and you just got Pan American. You got all different styles of rider there. But outside of, on the outskirts of Daytona is where I think we are gonna go out and try to have some fun with these bikes. I made a video before Me and Chip have gone out and tested our bikes. We've tested together, and we just like to have fun. So this year, when we do have it, March 6th through the 8th, something like that, I want to have an event where the guys just come out and hang out. I'm not saying, hey, come race. That is not what I'm saying. But if that does happen, we're all there for it. So if you ever want to come out and just see the bikes and be able to, you know, that's what I kind of want to put together, guys. So keep that in mind if you are going to be in Daytona this year. And I know a lot of you guys come out to Daytona. Just keep watching. Go to my Instagram, because that's a lot of the times where I'm going to keep updating a lot of the events that I'm going to be doing. This weekend, I'm going to Gilbert's in Key West. So if you do want to join in a little ride with me and a couple of the guys, Real Official Mac on Instagram, hit me up over there. We're going to take that ride together. Have some fun. So Serrero, I hope I'm saying it right. Serrero 4000 says, I'm at 180 horsepower with George's 147. What would you suggest to get me to 200 horsepower? And at that point, will I lose my cruisability and reliability? Now, that's the secret sauce, man. I'm being honest with you. That's something I can't share. George has to tell you and has to point you in that direction, and you and him can make the decision together. But if you have a 147 that is more of a rider's bike instead of a race bike, that's the type of power I've seen. It's just so funny that you said you got it and I'd already called it. High 170s to 180s. On the torque side, should be around the same, but we have horrible weather. I'm sure your bike made around that on the torque side as well, but if you want to take that big step and go, you know, try and get that 200 horsepower mark, that's something George can give to you, and I'm sure you can daily ride it. I'm sure of it. Moving right along. Let me go back up, man. I'm still looking for this question that I did not answer. If there was a question that I didn't answer, get it in now. Serrero, take that 2 and a 2 exhaust off. That'll bump you up a couple horsepower already. That's one I can give you. Let's go. I can't seem to find it. Yeah, I can't find it. But guys, I mean, I think we've said enough. We've got everything discussed. I didn't hurt any feelings for the lurkers in there. The lurkers that are watching, can you guys chime in, say hi every now and then? I'd appreciate it. I think the guys would too. Let's try and keep the lives alive, make them more friendly, but at the same time, let's make them interesting, you know? I like to answer the questions. I give you guys as much as I can. I'm showing you guys as much as I can. My bikes are still together, so whenever these guys say, oh, he's rebuilding, his bike's down, and da-da-da-da-da-da. Guys, okay. Like, I mean, you know, whatever. You know, at this point, it's whatever. Oh, you had your motor built 7 times. Come on, man. Let's be for real. Let's be for real. I mean, I'm vested, but not that invested. You know what I mean? I don't have just money to burn, but I do like to stay competitive. Competitive? Competitive. You know. So, Max, in the details for the ride this weekend may come down for that. Yeah, man. Like I said, it's going to be a Saturday, weather permitting. Saturday, weather permitting. I think one of those early morning rides. We'll probably meet up around 9:30. I'm going to get the details together pretty soon. Just throwing it out there, a feeler. 9:30, kickstands up by 10, get to Gilbert's by 11 or so, 11 and change, have some lunch, hour, 2 hours, and then everybody cruises back on home, or maybe a little bit later, but I still want to make sure everybody can be home before it gets dark. make all the wives and the girlfriends happy. I do not want to be in the middle of everything because I've been there before. Let's go. What else we got? Hold on. Jay Glover just joined the Harley Nation. Congratulations, brother. What kind of bike you got? I am from here, just 20 minutes from Kaka shop. Okay. Maxime just didn't. He's AKA Kaka. I'll text you. Let me see. If Stuart has my bikes done, I'll roll. Okay. 2024 roadglide. Congratulations. Good bike to have. I hope you don't run into any issues. And I've seen kind of like the later 2024 guys didn't have a lot of issues with their bikes, but I'm sure Harley would be taking care of them. But I don't wish that on you. I do have merch for sale, Jasper, but you have to reach out to me on the Real Official Mac on Instagram, and I'll hook you up. None so far. Perfect. Ride that bike, man. What color did you get? By the way, my favorite color in the new bikes, and you guys probably won't understand why, is the white. The white. Oh, that white is crazy. I used to have a white car back in the day with black rims on. I did a bunch of BS to it, but that powder white is like hard to touch. Now, would I buy it? No. I would be waiting for the new 2025 colors, and I think I would probably be going CVO. That's just me, because I haven't owned a CVO yet. I might just be going CVO. Black on black, yep. I got a buddy who has a black on black. Check my videos out. The one that I did when we rode to Daytona a couple weeks ago. In the video, I swing the camera around so you guys can see him ride. His bike looks awesome. Short story about that. He ended up buying that bike from Space Coast, Harley Davidson. If you know, you know, guys. Go to Space Coast if you're looking for a new bike. Put it out there. But as he's taking his bike, he had a 2015 or 2013 roadglide. He's driving it to do the trade-in. He's driving from his house, which is probably, I'll say that's 2 hours to Space Coast. Yeah, probably like 2 hours. He passes my house, which I'm like an hour and a half from Space Coast, and catches a flat. Hey, I couldn't make it up myself, so I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding. All right, man, let me come check it out. Let me see if I can just plug it, put some air in it, either take your bike home, go get another tire, you figure it out. I get there, the tire is shredded. It's annihilated. I'm like, what? All right, turn back around, pick the trailer up, go pick him up. I'm like, man, you know what? This is a sign. Just take the bike up there. They take the bike, flat tire and all, boop, give him money. He rides off on a new bike. Yeah, it was a good day, man. It was a good day. But the root beer color is fire. Tom, that is a fire color. Only certain people know what to do with a color like that. We're going, yes, hey, Gio, yes, we're going CVO, man. Why not? The ST is a killer. Unless they come out with a color, and that's what happened. Look at Bipolar. They had a color that I was like, the CVO can't touch that color right now. In that year, it just wasn't happening. But if you can get a bike that has a better color, then I won't go CVO. How about that? How about that? Then we won't go CVO. But if they don't have it, we're going CVO. CVO ST. Thanks from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Shout out to North Carolina, man. I know a lot of people up there. Y'all got big deer up there. I always throw that in. Do you know what colors are Harley releasing in 2025 for the CVOs? No, but I will know as soon as they announce it, because I'm always all over that. I like to know the colors that come out. Do I think it's going to be anything crazy? No. But I'm talking about CVO-ST. But I don't know what the CVO colors are going to be either. But I want my CVO to not have the VVT. I'm going to be going further than just a cam in the bike. If I decide to get one, guys, I would be going a little further than just a cam. So I would definitely want to make sure I don't even have the VVT, so I don't have any setbacks, anything that holds me back. But yeah, that's the way to go. Being said, the copperhead, yeah, man, that copperhead is crazy. I don't see a lot of them. I think that's pretty much like a mature bike. I mean, that's a suit and tie bike. You know, that guy, you know, he's got a suit and tie, and then you got the orange, whatever that crazy color is called. And you have what was the other color that they came out with the CBM? The silver and the whiskey neat. I liked it. But you know, we'll see what comes next. We'll see what comes next. Guys, it's 9 o'clock. I done missed the game. I think I need to get out of here. But shout out to everybody who joined the live today. I appreciate it, guys. Let's keep that going. Let's keep this together. I'm gonna start doing something a little bit different in the live to keep things, you know, spunky around here. But if you guys have any suggestions or anything like that for the lives, go ahead and chime on in, man. We can always talk about anything going on. We can even talk about the Buccaneers. But guys, appreciate you for watching, joining, subscribing. Until the next time, peace.